Hey guys, welcome to the back side of how to make a perfect fitted skirt. So first of all, we let you know that the back, in fact, the back is the main reason why I'm making the video. Do you get? The back is the main reason. So let's get started. So normal now. From my waist to my hip is 10 inches, then to my knee is 20 inches. It's supposed to be 2 inches, 22 inches, but I minus 2 inches from my knee length so that it will not be holding me when I'm walking. So what I'm marking now is that is 20 inches for my knee length instead of 22. Okay, so this is my hip line. This is my hip line, this is my knee line, then this is skirt my skirt length, full length. Let me just put it full length. So actually I'm attaching this to this thing will be a gown. I will make a top for it. Okay, now before we get started, do you get? I really want this part to show very well. I don't know why. So I have to bring the phone closer so that you understand what I'm doing. So before I start, this is the center back of my back skirt, as in the center back of it. So before you start doing your shaping, come to your waistline, come to that waistline, mark, go in by 1 inch from this waistline, go in by 1 inch. Did you see what I did? From this waistline I go in by 1 inch. See, from this my waistline I go in by 1 inch. So I will connect it to my waist. From this my 1 inch, I'll connect it to my hip line. See, it has created a curve here. Remember, this side was supposed to be a zip side. Do you get? I don't know whether you can see it very well. See, from this waistline I go in by 1 inch, connect it back to my waist, to my hip line. From my waist I go in by 1 inch, connect it. From that 1 inch I connect it back to my hip. You know our back is not straight, it's curved. So what we are trying to do here is to create that curve at our back, to create that curve. So now I will not take my waist measurement. So from here now, from this 1 inch I come in, now that's where I will take my waist measurement. So now I will now say, my snatch waist is 31 divided by 4 is 7.75. So from this 1 inch I came in, from there I will now take my waist measurement, which is 7.75. This is it. So now my hip padding measurement is 11.75, because my normal hip is 44. So plus 3 inches for my hip padding, I'm now using 47, so it's 11.75. So from this my hip line, this is my hip line, I'll now measure that 11.74. Have you seen it? We are still coming. There's still contouring down here at our knee. So let's first of all get our normal skirt. So in this our skirt knee length, remember I said you can minus, if it's normal fitted skirt, You can say my natural hip minus 6, minus 7, minus 8. If it's man-made skirt, you can say minus 9, minus 10, according to how you want it to be fitted. But for my own, I'm using my natural hip, which is 44 minus 7 is giving me 37. 37 divided by 4 is 9.25. So from this my knee length, I'll be marking 9.25. So now at the down part of your skirt, that is the full length of your skirt, you can decide to minus from this 9.25 I have. I can decide to minus something from there, that is for my down part to be smaller than my knee length. But now I don't want to do that. I will just take the same measurement here and place it at the down part of my full length skirt. Okay, now it's time for us to connect our measurement. So please, I will advise you buy a hip cuff. My own, I've been looking for my own. It's like I lost it in school and I did not notice. It's today that I wanted to draft. I noticed that I lost the hip padding cuff in school. This one is armhole cuff. So you can get your hip padding cuff. I will have to buy another one. So for now, this one I can't use this because it's small, so I have to just use this ruler, but it's not advisable to use this. I prefer you use this hip cuff ruler to give you that perfect cuff, but this one I'll have to struggle with it. So let's go. So from this my waist, from this my waist, I'm supposed to connect it to my hip. At deep I have that hip cuff now, it could have been better, but this one is not giving me now, see. And the thing is that this one now will not give me a straight line. It won't really give me that cuff. So please, I advise you get that hip cuff. It will give you smooth that smooth it will give you exactly what you want. You don't need to stress. So this is it. I'll just have to manage this, and I know it will not give me what I know that the line will not be really because, but I just have to go for it. Okay, so I've connected. Look at it from my waist to my hip. If you see, it's not straight. I don't know whether you people are seeing it very well. It's not straight. So let's connect. So hip, from this hip now, I'll connect it to this my from this my um knee length circumference. So from this hip, I'll connect it to this my knee length circumference. Then I will connect from there to my straight full length circumference to get a straight line. So remember to always blend your your hip so that it will not be too curvy. Remember to always blend your hip so that it will not be sharp like this. So now let me use pencil to blend so that, because this one I'm just using it so that you people will see what you're doing. So I'll blend this my hip to not to be too sharp. You just have to blend it. Because it don't have to be pointed. Now it's curved but not pointed. So let's move to the main part of why I did this video. So don't forget, before you start drafting, before you start, from this your waist, this thing, go in by 1 inch and connect it to your hip line to create that curve. That our If you see, from our waist to your hip is not straight, it's curved. So what you are trying to do is to create that curve. Then you can now from that 1 inch you can now get your waist measurement. From this hip you can get your hip measurement. Now let's go back to our knee length circumference and do some contouring there. Okay, remember this from our hip to our knee, remember that it's not straight, there's a curve there. So for us to get that curve, we'll come to our knee length to our knee length. This is our knee length. This is our, okay, I'll write it. This is our knee length. Now in this my knee length, I will go in by 1 inch. From this knee length, I will go in by 1 inch. You can go in by 3/4. You can go in by 1 inch. You can go in by ½ inch. But remember, the more you go in, the more that shape comes out. The more you go in, the more that shape. But the highest you can go in is 1 inch. So for me, I'll be using 3/4. Let me just use 3/4 to go in. So from this place, I will use 3/4. I will go in by 3/4. I will go in by 3/4 in this place, in this my knee length. I'll go in by 3/4. You can go in by 1 inch or ½ inch, but I'm going in by 3/4 because I really want that curve to come out. So from this line, I'll connect it back to my hip. From this line, from this 1 inch, I come in. From this 1 inch, I'll connect it back to my hip. Oh my, this thing they pain me. This my hip curve that I've lost like this is paining me. This thing is not really giving me what I want. And I have to buy it. I have to buy another one. This thing I just connect straight now. This thing is too small. It's too small. So let me just manage what I have. We should just learn to make use of what we have, even though it will stress us. So this is me. From this my knee length, I connect it back to my line. From this I can see curve. That is that 1 inch I come in from that waistline before I start shaping. I come in, I connect it to my hip. Then from this my hip line, after I finish shaping, I go in by 3/4. You can go in by half. You can go in by 1, depending on what you want. So from there, I connect it back to my hip. I've just seen that it has created curve here. So like it has created curve there. So it's just for us to get that shape. You get that shape that your waist will just snatch that curve from there to come, then go down straight. So this 3/4 I go in now, I will remove the same 3/4 down on my full length, then connect a straight line. So now I will remove 3/4 here too on this my full length. Here I've removed 3/4 here. Then I will connect it. I will create a straight line here. So I've marked out 3/4 down here, connect it to my hip, as in the full length of my skirt. I remove 3/4 there, then connect it back to that my knee length circumference that I go in by 3/4. So this is it. I've connected back. Have you seen it? So I've go in now by 3/4. So I've connected. Have you seen it? So now I know many people will be asking, what about your zip allowance? Yes. So now I created this curve. I cannot add my zip allowance. I've created this cuff. This is a cuff. I've created it, so I can now add my zip allowance to it. So now I have added my zip allowance on my fabric, but I want to add it to this paper so that you people will understand what I'm doing. So now I come in here by half inch to create that cuff. Now my zip allowance is 1 inch. I'll be adding zip allowance of 1 inch so that I will use it. So now I will be marking my 1 inch zip allowance following that cuff line. I'll be marking my zip allowance Please, oh, don't follow this straight line. We are not following this straight line. We are following that curved line we created. That is what you'll be following to create that your 1 inch, to add that your 1 inch zip allowance. So this is what I'm using it to add it. You'll be going down. So that cuff line is what I'm following. Be marking my 1 inch. You will say, is it not the same thing? It's not. It's not the same thing, because you created the cuff line then before adding that 1 inch. So when you cut it, it will look, that cuff line will still be there. The cuff line will still be there. So this is so now this is my zip allowance. So I'm trying to connect those lines, the 1 inch line that I created. So I don't know whether you can see it very well, but looking at this now, you see that it's not a straight line. It's not a straight line. So let's check what we did. So this is from this line now, this our cuff line now, is where I start to take my zip allowance, adding 1 inch zip allowance. Now my zip will stop somewhere here at my hip because I'm using padded hip, so my zip has to come down very well so that I can easily wear it. Now on this my knee line, that's where my slit will start. This is where my slit will start and open down. Remember, it will not hold me because I've already removed 2 inches from my knee length measurement. So now the rest of this down one will be the allowance I will use to sew in as my open slit. So if you have any question, just put it on the comment section and I will put you through. I'm so sorry, the video might not be clear because I'm videoing by myself, and at the same time I'm trying to make sure you people are seeing what I'm doing. So as times go by, we'll get more equipment for this. So thank you. Bye.